I don't know if this is surprising to people. It seems to be surprising because they made an article of it. I didn't bring it up because we don't have to dive into it. But the Eagles are underdogs in the sports betting world against the Cowboys.
They should be.
Yeah,
they should be. 100% they should be. The Eagles beat Atlanta, who really isn't that good this year. And then they lost to San Fran. Although they did play pretty well against San Fran, they still have they do have issues. The main thing is going to be Jaylen Hurts. Jaylen Hurts is pretty much their make or break. If he has a good game, they win. If he has a bad game, they're going to lose. That's just, I think Dak could get away with having a bad game and our offense could still carry him to an extent. Whereas I think if Jaylen Hurts has a bad game, the Eagles are fucked.
So how do you feel they're going to play if we're going to... We actually had, funny enough, two kind of really complete different offensive game plans, whether it was by design or just by necessity, with game one going really high air, low run, and then game two a little bit more balanced, but certainly a lot more emphasis on the running game. So what do you feel we're going to see at the end of the Eagles game, or how do you think they're going to approach it?
Well, it's Monday night. I don't know what, for some reason, primetime games just always seem like you never have it's like the guys buy into the hype. They buy into the atmosphere. It's always Monday night games with the Cowboys.
It's Jerry's world, baby.
Yeah, Monday night with hey, that's another thing. Glad you brought that up. It's their home opener. That's Monday night. I could see fucking fireworks. I could see it being a high score. Crack them if you got them. I could see it being a huge, I don't know. I could see the Eagles putting up.
I think it's good.
I see anyone putting up if the Cowboys defense can hold the Eagles to under 25 points, I'll be really impressed with this defense.
I mean, I definitely, so for selfish live stream reasons, and if
you want it to be a fucking barn burner,
and if you're listening right now, guess what? Come watch the game with us on Monday night. We live stream every game here on the Cowboys CanFan channel.
We do.
Hey, yeah,
bitches. But I definitely want to see some. I want to see some scores,
some big play, because that was the thing that was, not to keep going back into last week's game when we're talking about the next game. There wasn't very many like huge bombs or 40 or 50 yard plays. It was kind of just like 10 to 20 yard chunks or like 5-yard plays. So there wasn't like that huge. Whereas the Tampa Bay versus Cowboys opening night, it felt like every third or fourth play was a big play.
Okay, so now, so do you think that they're gonna play up or they're gonna play down? So are they gonna play? Are they gonna play up and then
a division game is always intense. They're always hard. It doesn't matter if you have a Eagles team that's 1-15 and a Cowboys team that's 1-15. It's still going to be a good game.
Yeah,
division games are always good.
Yeah, I mean the time that the last time I saw the Eagles versus the Cowboys live, they went into OT, so it was a very exciting game, and we won, and the house was pulled down.
So I have just the injury report. I don't recognize a lot of these names, but
crack it if you got them.
Okay, so I can go back to that there, AJ. We got, so for Philadelphia Eagles, I mean, Fletcher Cox, if he's out, that's massive.
Mm-hmm.
That's a massive if Cox is out. That's a massive Cox.
Now if that Cox is not in the game and inside of the game,
if that Cox did not participate, I will be very disappointed.
He's actually probably their best defensive player, so if he's out, that's awesome.
And I was going to say, it's true. I don't see a lot from Jaylen Hurts that makes me go, wow. However, the first, 2, maybe 3, if you're pushing it, seasons of a quarterback is when they're the most dangerous if they don't have it to be an NFL quarterback. Because after 2 seasons, that's just too much footage that you're giving defensive coordinators to teams to.
Then you're into a QB2, and you're into
they know your faults. They know they can game plan for you.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. You give them too much.
Last week, San Fran has a good defense, and he did have a good. Pull up his stats for last week. Jaylen Hurts.
Oh, I like
he had actually a pretty good game.
You set him on a.
I was kind of watching it a little bit. He has that X factor of being able to run the ball whenever he wants. But if you have a guy, that's why I would like to have Micah Parsons on the line next week, so that if Hurts goes to scramble, he can put the helmet to him.
That's the thing with Micah. Like if you have him on the line, he's less likely to get tricked or schemed out by the offense.
Exactly. It's just go get the quarterback or get the running back.
And Micah is at that moment. He's like that excited rookie, a lot of energy, like gonna run all over. Like, I mean, you hear him gonna run all over the field. So get him on the line. Use that energy towards towards good, and don't let him get tricked. I mean, we saw. I mean, obviously, everyone talks. You brought it up, but talk about the Brady kind of tricking him or scheming him on that first game. Anybody would have happened. I mean, anybody would have fell for that. But I'm just saying,
Tom Brady's a GOAT, bro.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, like, yeah, put him on the line and let him fucking crank some sack lunches.
AJ showed the X factor there. The stats there. Jaylen Hurts' X factor stat was 10 rushes for 82 yards and a touchdown. That's the X factor right there.